Hi Camden, I'm just looking at your project here. You do have yourself cut out here, and there is a layer mask or clipping mask here. But you're supposed to have at least 2 of those. You have 1, 2, 3 layers, so you're going to need another layer. You need at least 4 layers. These don't really count as layers. These are just adjustment layers, and this background is empty, so we could just delete that. I'm liking this pretty well. I wonder where your original image of you is, because I do feel like the clipping on you could be dialed in a little better. There's some issues with, the hair is hard to get right, and also this doesn't really look like a high resolution image. When I zoom in especially, I can really tell that this maybe was pulled off Facebook, or, so you might need to take a photo of yourself or find the original of this. You could potentially use it smaller on the canvas too, and that would make it less obvious that it's not high resolution. So I mean, if I want to move things around, I can use the move tool. You might want to just do a Command T or Control T on a Windows. You can also go to Edit, Free Transform. It does the same thing, but basically it transforms your image, or you can size your image down. You might want to use it a little smaller. Maybe move this one. Oops. Let's see, I moved the wrong thing. I'm going to push Shift on my keyboard so I can get both of these, and Command T. Oops, and maybe size those down too. But the clipping around these is kind of bothering me a little bit, just because there's some rough edges, especially in the hair. If you use a layer mask or a clipping mask, what happened there? I think this thing maybe just needs to go away, but I can understand maybe why you're bringing that in, because you're kind of speaking to, like, you're mostly bright and sunny and happy, but some of you might be a little bit sad too, and maybe that's why you're bringing in this hue saturation layer. Oops. So anyway, I'm just kind of messing around with your file. For some reason that looks weird. For some reason you got kind of cut off there. I'm not sure what the deal is with that, but anyway, you might want to just do a file place embedded and bring this image of yourself in. So let's say have an image of yourself. I don't know what this is. Let me look. I'm just trying to see if I can kind of do something similar. So maybe, let's pretend this is you. That's totally not, but and we want to select you, so you just kind of go over your body. Maybe I'm going to make my brush a lot smaller. I'm going to zoom in so that I can do a good job. And, so I'm using the quick selection tool, which is right here, and I'm going over all these areas that I want. Let's trying to get all of it. I'm not going to bring in the microphone, but you get the gist of it. And then I can go to Select and Mask. And there I am. I can refine my selection. I'm on the brush tool right now. I can add. And maybe I just need to add this little chunk of my face in. I don't really know what happened to that part of his face. Oh, it's probably because of the, what do you call it? The thing he's singing into. Microphone. So yeah, and then one nice thing to do is to feather the edges and soften those up. And the shift edge can be nice too, especially if you're working with the feather on top of it. But feathering out the edges I think would work really well on yours. I think you maybe did a little bit, but it just looks like maybe a little rushed. And then output to layer mask. So this is really important. If you can't see it, you might have to scroll down. There's a scroll here. So, but just make sure if this isn't open, to open it up and put the output to layer mask, push OK. And here we go, we're back into the regular. And you do have a layer mask here, but you need at least 2 of these. And then you can move yourself around in here, which, I mean, you've already done, but anyway, I would just say I like the light and the dark and the contrast there and the meaning behind that. I do think maybe, I'm not sure if you want to add a little bit more color into the background, or maybe another pattern. You do another file, place embedded, and bring another image in, and maybe do like a diagonal line that runs through here. And maybe one side of the canvas could look like this, and then you could have a different pattern on the other side of the diagonal. So you could have that dual, you know, almost like a yin and yang, like, which is already the theme of your project, but I think that would help just kind of bring it all together. Anyway, I'm going to stop rambling. Hopefully that feedback was helpful for you, and we'll talk to you later.